Good morning, guys. Guy in Kalamazoo here from My Window to Yours. I'm doing a morning version of the episode. I'm looking at, I need to get a haircut. Yeah, and I'm trying to grow this out, so definitely need a haircut. Okay, yeah, got my coffee. Good morning. And yes, it's a plug for Club Pogo. Pogo, I don't know if I'm not a member of it anymore. It's a subscription that I had for many years, and I think EA owns it. I know EA had bought it. I don't know if it's EA still. This is the only thing I ever won. I actually won something from Pogo. Pogo's a service where I don't know if you can win cash, but it's $30 a year. You can play games and get tokens and win prizes, and I happened to actually win a prize, and they sent it to me. Yeah, so and Pogo it's a time killer. It was a lot of fun though. It's very social. I wish I could remember the service when the internet first like in its infancy. I signed up for a service where you could play cards, you could play like euchre, simple games. It was a very 8-bit environment, I remember. It had the world. It was a social, interactive space, kind of like the tower in Destiny, where you can go to the tower. Except here you could chat with people because it had, you could click on somebody and start chatting with them. But it had like if I recall, maybe Sierra. I'm thinking maybe Sierra made this world. I don't remember. But it had a volcano in the middle, and there were just like a forest, I believe. There were certain sections of the world you can go to in different games. You could go in and play, and then chat with people, talk with people. It was very interesting. Anyway, Pogo is a lot like this. Pogo isn't an open world where you walk around or whatever, but you can go into like slot machines, card games, play, meet people, talk to people, friend them. It's just it's another good social online experience. So anyway, I woke up this morning and got my coffee, had my toast, my egg, and I'm thinking, you know what? It's a nice, crisp, beautiful fall morning here in Michigan this morning, and I'm thinking, you know what? It's quiet around. I'm going to go ahead and record my video. And what made me think of recording this video so early is I'm looking at the house. I'm looking at the things that we have. I've turned on my Xbox first thing in the morning. I go and take my pills, do my, wash my face, do my teeth, normal morning stuff. But I'm thinking, as I'm making my breakfast and drinking my coffee, how grateful I am of actually being able to wake up in a nice bed with heat. It's not heat. I haven't turned on the furnace yet, but still, it's warm. It's nice. Being able to turn an Xbox on in the morning and watch the TV. I do happen to have my TV through the Xbox. I use the OneDrive. And having coffee to drink, having toast and eggs to make. Because I have seen firsthand people abroad, outside of the United States, that live in literally like tin. They have a tin roof and just some things, 4 sides made out of whatever. Whether it be a tarp, more tin just to hold it up, and it makes me step back and think of how grateful and thankful I am to have the things that I do. And I think about, like, okay, I was watching a vlog yesterday, a wonderful vlog. And I apologize. I've got the dogs. I had the dogs. They're enjoying the day too. They're running, and I'm hoping I'm not picking up too much background noise. But anyway, again, a shout out to Dean and his channel. on YouTube, which I'm going to leave a link in the description for this vlog. It is really, really good. And him and I have, we banter back and forth, but, and he talks about value. And I kind of talked about this in last week. What do we value most? And what do we put value in? I do, stop guys. I do put value in, I would love to have that Xbox One S, for instance. I cannot afford it at this time. And I need to value the Xbox One that I have right now. It's not a day one edition. It's a Division. It came with the Division, even though I traded that in because I had no desire to play it. What turned me on to that one was 1 terabyte hard drive. I'm having no issues with it. It's fine. You know what? For me, it's fine. Do I need that Gears of War 4? No, I don't. I'm going to get the game. I'm going to play it. I'm going to enjoy it. I am getting the collector's edition. That's a little bit more expensive, but it comes with Season Pass. I can play 4 days early. I am getting that. I'm going to be happy with it. I don't know. Sometimes we need to step back and look at the things that we already have and just appreciate what you have, I know there's things we want and things that we can get, but still, just appreciate what you have. It sickened me. It really sickened me. When was it? 2 Fridays ago or last Friday? When I saw these lines of people waiting for a goddamn iPhone. That is always, all my life, not just recently, but that has always really kind of upset me as a society. Why, as a society, do we value this more so than other things? For instance, they were showing some of these people out there waiting for their iPhone 7. They were camping. They had tents out. A homeless person, a homeless vet, whoever, whether they're a vet or not, they're homeless. If they pitched a tent and did that, they would be probably either arrested or sent somewhere, sadly. Why can we as a society allow that? Why? It's okay for us, the privileged, I hate to use that term, to go out and camp and wait for a phone. But if you're not privileged, hey, these guys are, yeah, it's morning, they're playing. But the not so privileged, who probably would actually enjoy much less than an iPhone, I don't know. It's just, it's very, very, very sad in how we have our priorities here. But anyway, that's why I'm recording this early, because I didn't want to forget about this and things were on my mind. I'm like, you know what? From my window to yours, I'm going to do in the morning. It's going to take all freaking afternoon anyway to render and upload. Not all afternoon, but I am doing this on my Surface, and it's less powerful. But, okay, so relating this to, in general, my life, yeah, I have got to be thankful for everything. Getting Chris here, he's my husband now, from Uruguay. That's a whole different vlog, a whole different story for another day. But those of you who know me knew it took a couple years. And thankfully, Defense of Marriage Act was struck down, because if it wasn't, he wouldn't be here. He'd still be, we probably wouldn't even be together. So, anyway, that's a whole different story. But I have him here, and just grateful for the house and everything that we have, the things that we have. Yeah, I can be hopeful for the future and things that I want to get, but our needs are being satisfied, where the needs of many, many, many people out there are not being satisfied. Whether the fault of their own, because there are several out there. You know, you have to don't point the finger and lay blame with them, but there's also other people who have been forced from their homes for other reasons. I think I heard on NPR it's the highest rate of refugees and people. I believe they said 25, 26 million people have been displaced out of their own home, not due to their own reasons. It's not like foreclosure or something like that. It's political over war or whatever. 25 million people. It's sad. Very, very sad. And I do think, I always propose this as to be a United States citizen. I know we're born here in the United States. But I firmly believe, and I applaud those that do, every citizen in the United States should leave the country for like 6 months and go out and experience the world. And I'm not talking Paris and London or Berlin or, you know, I traveled, even where I travel a lot, where Chris comes from, Montevideo, Uruguay. Go to Uruguay. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful country. You know, it's not tropical. Like temperate climate. I compare it to like maybe the Carolinas or Georgia. They don't get snow in their winter. In fact, their fall just or their spring season just started. Our fall season just started. Hush, guys, hush. Yeah, they're all excited. I'm thankful for them too. But just we need to go out and experience that just as a society. So anyway, I'm gonna get off this subject because it's going into 12 minutes, and I want to keep these videos short, and I'm gonna move on to some gaming. So for those of you who don't care about talk about gaming, yeah, thank you for watching, and yeah, leave comments, likes below. Okay, gaming, I'm gonna move on a little bit. I've got a few pickups, and I want to just talk about what the gaming I've been doing, because I am anticipating Gears of War. You know, I was on the trying to get through Gears of War Ultimate Edition, which I did not do. I have failed there. It's okay though. I picked up Halo 5 yesterday. I didn't pick it up. I've played it. I've played through the story mission in full. But I was like, you know what, I'm going to come back to this and look at it. And yeah, I'm trying to get through the games, finding some skulls that I didn't do in the first round, and just enjoying playing through the story missions again, but I'm doing it on the harder heroic setting. I'm not doing it on the hardest setting. I can't remember. Insane? I can't remember the name, but I'm doing it in heroic. And visiting some YouTube channels to find the hidden intel and some of the skulls that I missed before. So it's just a challenge. So I'm doing that. I do need to revisit Battlefront Star Wars, because like I said last week, that game's just in my head. It's like calling to me, like, hey, play me. Okay. Another thing. Yeah, I've got my freaking notifications on still. The other thing was, oh yeah, and I harp on this, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I know somebody had downloaded it, and I hope you're enjoying it. I enjoyed it, and that's the Gems of War game. That's coming out. A big update came out for Android and PC users, iOS users also, and it's coming soon. I've been told it's in the certification phase for both PlayStation and Xbox. So I'm hoping that's maybe even coming out by the end of this week. Once it gets certified, they can upload it, and the game is updated. I'll be happy for that. But I think I was telling you guys, and somebody had mentioned, and thank you to Radar, that yeah, I need to try to use what is it with NVIDIA? Shadow Play, I think it's called. I got to try to use that, because I was trying to use the game recorder from Windows 10, and there must be a setting or something in it that I'm missing. But it says, like, this is not a game, and it's not recording it. And I guess it only records when it's a game. Well, I remember watching a video where there's a setting, or there's something that, like if I'm recording, say I want to do a tutorial with .NET, .NET or Visual Studio or Visual Basic or something like that. I can use that recorder to record the screens and capture the screen, stuff like that. So, but Shadowplay, because I do want to show you guys, and it's going to be a whole separate video, the Gems of War. Yeah, because I do enjoy that even every day. And I can't wait for the update. A game that I did pick up Thursday, I think it was. It's another indie game made by 505 Games, which also participates in the making of Gems of War. Is a game called Virginia. Very interesting. I probably should do a whole separate, just a short review, my review of it. It was $10. I watched the trailers of it, and what kind of intrigued me and pulled me into the game is the gameplay itself. There's no narrative. There's no talking at all, and it's a not a. I don't know. How do I want to call this? How do I want to say? It's not a action. It's a kind of a psych. It's not a scary game at all, though, either. But it's a. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. What it is, you're an FBI agent, but it's not like Condemned. It's not scary. And early 1990s. I think it's set in 1992, and you're investigating the disappearance of a boy in Virginia. And it goes through this life, pretty much, the FBI life of your character. Well, each scene, you have to click on certain things, you have to find certain items, but with the music and the sound effects, and it tells the whole story. And just wonderful. A very, very, very wonderful game. Now, 505, I'm sure they're not listening to this, but I'm a little OCD about this. My gamer score on on my Xbox, I always like to end in 0s or 5. You know, I'm okay with that, 0s or 5. I think Burnout Paradise had a few of these achievements, and there's some few other games that I've played that also have had these weird numbered achievements. This game has the same. And when I say weird numbered, it don't end in a 0 or a 5. It ends like in a 2 or a 3 or a 4 or a 6 or something like that. And so now my gamer score is like some weird oddball number. Anyway, so I'm gonna Virginia. I did play through it. It is short. It's got 32, I believe, 32 scenes. I want to call them scenes, not chapters. And you go scene to scene to scene to scene to scene. But then it also progresses like from day 1, day 2. Like I believe it starts on a Monday and it goes through a Friday, I believe. So it's like 5 days, but then there's 32 scenes within those 5 days. And it is beautiful artistry. Just the visuals are absolutely beautiful. And you know, me growing up, I kind of started my professional career, I would say, in the early 90s. Even though I was working in the mid 80s. But those were like my teenage job years. I started my professional career in the early 90s, and the atmospheres in some of these scenes just harken and took me back to those days of working at the bank as a data entry clerk, and just thinking it actually emotionally brought me and drew me back into those days. Out of, just quickly, I'm going to base it on, like, I would give it 3 out of 5. Because the story in itself, and I'm not going to give away any spoilers or get into it too much, but the story in itself is very, very confusing, and up until the end, I still didn't understand it. So, but what intrigued me most about it is the gameplay. Can you play a game and get emotionally involved in it without any dialogue? And the answer is yes. For this game, yes. So, anyway, guys, quickly, we're at the 20-minute mark, and I want to end this in about 4 or 5 minutes. Here's, hold on. I got some pickups. Okay. So, yeah, Chris and I we go to our Oh, what is it called? Second Chances, I think, or something like that. I think it's called Second Chances here in town. It's a they have games, movies, excuse me, DVDs. Um, Second Chances, I think it's called. So anyway, this is our local um, place that we go scout out for games, and they have gaming systems, real cheap. That's where I got my purchase an original Xbox, and we need to get a 360. I also want to get a Nintendo Game Boy. I want to get the Game Boy Advanced. I wouldn't mind maybe even a PSP or a Vita. They've got them there, and Chris enjoys them, and I like watching them play. So yeah, they have all the systems, and they're not too expensive, and they have just a huge library of used games. So we go in every so often. This is something that they had that we needed. I think I talked about in one video. Yeah, it was $10. How big is this? It is a Xbox. Here, I don't know if that's going to focus in or not. Anyway, it's a Xbox memory unit. It doesn't say how big it is, but anyway, we needed this because we were playing Mortal Kombat Deceptions. Was asking, "Where's your memory card?" And yeah, I remember these. And my Xbox controller has two slots for these, so we had to get this. It was $10. This game, picked this up for $4. I love this game. I remember this is one of the very first games I ever played on any Xbox system. This and Turok, and it comes with, yep, it's got the book is here and this the game itself, but just a wonderful game that I'm anxious to kind of get back in and play. And it's kind of like a fighter game. Yeah, we almost bought Forza, the original Forza. I don't know, I just recall this being a wonderful, excellent game. $4. Yeah, I've got to take the stickers off. And this is one that I don't know about, but this is one that Chris said is really good. It is called The Suffering. And on the back it says Prison is Hell. So I'm not sure. It's made by Midway. I'm not sure what this game is or what it's about, if it's a fighting game, but it does have, again, it's got the book, and yeah, I'm happy when these come with the books. It says DVD extras, The Making of the Suffering. I don't know, it looks like comes a sort of action game. I'm not sure what it is, but Chris said it was a good game, so we went and got this too. This pickup was $4. Yeah, as I said, we almost got Forza. But again, I've got to watch my nickels and dimes. One reason that I'm not getting the Xbox One S, and that's fine with me. Because again, and I encourage you to watch Dean's video. It is a really good video. It's a little bit long. It's about 40 minutes long, but it's okay. He loves the 4K and he loves the 3D and all this. But the gist of the video is what do people value? Bottom line, with all these console wars, PC elitist, etc., 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 and in my mind, and Dean kind of alluded to this too, and I have always said this, are you happy with what you have? That's it. Bottom line. Are you happy? I'm happy with what I have. I don't have 4K. I don't care. Really, I don't care. Some people do. I don't. To me, that's not value. To me, a game like Virginia, a $10 game, that was highly valuable. I probably would enjoy that more than getting that Xbox One S. I would enjoy the Xbox One S, but really, I was getting it for aesthetic value because it's a beautiful console. It was a Gears of War 4 edition with the claws on the side, and it's painted red and all that. But that's the only reason I was going to get it. Because the 4K for right now, I don't have a 4K TV. I don't have any movies or DVDs that will play 4K. So to me, that value there, maybe in the future would be value, but for now, no. And I would have to invest in getting a TV and all that. And there's too much else going on right now. Like I've got to get to the dentist. I've got to get my teeth looked at. We have medical bills for Chris. Our back deck, I have a walkout house. Our back deck, through some water damage in this summer it's been a very, very wet summer, I'll call it. But some attachment, I think it's a 1x8 or a 2x8 that is attached to the back of the house, and my upper deck is bolted into that. Well, that wood has rotted on the right hand side probably from moisture, and those bolts have dropped like about, I don't know, 4 to 6 inches. So my deck right now is like leaning like this. Not good. So I had a contractor. My contractor came by and gave me a $700 estimate just to get it fixed. And then I asked him, well, what about disposing of it and just tearing it down, getting rid of it? And he said, well, that'd be $75, but that doesn't get rid of it. And then, to me, that'd be also dangerous, because right directly behind me, I've got sliders that go out to that deck. And without a deck, to me, it's dangerous. We would have to either lock up those sliders, or I even thought of removing the sliders and putting a wall, walling that off, and putting a window in, but walling it off, and it would actually create more space in the kitchen in a way. But Chris and I don't want that, because we do want to get that deck fixed and enjoy the deck. We want to enjoy the outside, and we don't always want to have to go to the basement to go out the back. So anyway, okay, guys, from my window to yours, yes. So those are the things going on. And just to summarize again, be grateful. I know we're coming upon this season of Thanksgiving, and every day should be Thanksgiving. You should be thankful for everything. I'm thankful for winning this cup, and thankful for the coffee that's inside, that I can even make coffee and have coffee to make. I am thankful for that. I am thankful that, you know what, this is not a Note 7. This is not even a Note 5. It's a Note 4. I'm thankful to be able to use a Note 4. So, yeah, just step back. As a collective society, as a society in whole, everybody needs, I think, soon take a breath, step back, and evaluate. We need to put the brakes on this dangerous path that we are going down as a society, and just evaluate everything you have, and just be thankful. Be thankful. So anyway, guys, Sunday morning, I hope this actually gets uploaded maybe around the time Detroit plays. Detroit's playing Green Bay today, so yeah, go Detroit. I don't like Green Bay. And I'm thankful, again, I'm going to be able to watch them. So, guys, okay, take care and enjoy your games, enjoy life, enjoy the upcoming week. We are going to be coming into my next, From My Window to Yours, will be in October. So, yes, take care, guys. Peace out. And if you enjoy the video, leave your comments. I'm happy. Leave your likes. I'm happy. Again, I don't monetize, so if I get likes, I don't care, whatever. But yeah, share it and tell people about this channel. Have more subscriptions. So, okay, guys, take care. See ya.